So the episode began with Mama Joyce and Candy. Candy, she really hasn't had time to like do anything for the baby with all these different businesses and all this stuff. Maybe you should tell Todd that it's not a good time to open up a damn restaurant. I mean, I know he supported you with the play, and you said that he didn't think that that was the best time for a play, but you wasn't pregnant. This is a totally different ball game. This is totally different. Okay, shouts out to the Braxtons. All right. No, maybe you shouldn't be opening up a restaurant, Candy, during this time, but whatever. Anyway, she hasn't had time to get any baby stuff, so her and Mama Joyce is out and dipping it and sewing it. And she looking for, they looking at different stuff. Little lady comes over who works there, and she, tells her to sit down, and she's showing her different, things in the little catalog. Because Candy is not interested in something like long lasting or whatever, like Mama Joyce mentioned, or something that the baby can grow into. Candy is only looking, trying to keep up with the Joneses, I guess, just trying to impress people. You know how celebrities, kids, stuff, especially their baby room and stuff, be all decked out. And she said that she just wants something stylish and just something, modern and fabulous. So Alma Joyce was just like, "Have you talked to Phaedra?" And Candy was just like, "No, I haven't talked to Phaedra, Mama. Why?" And so Mama Joyce was just like, I know that y'all was real close, so I don't really know why you haven't talked to Phaedra, baby." She was just like, "Yeah," and Mama Joyce, "How you gonna push the baby out?" Let's just get to Cynthia. So Cynthia, she's trying to find some clothes or whatever, trying to look cute or whatever. Peter just mentioned to her, he was just like, "Look, just wear something cute and find something cute to wear." And yeah, so I got a surprise for you. So she's talking to Noelle, and Noelle is absolutely adorable. And so they're talking and chatting it up and all that good stuff. And she gets ready. They show a scene of Cynthia and Peter. They're in Mexico. They're getting to know each other, trying to rebuild their marriage back. So I guess good for them. Congratulations. All right. So a little later on, Mama Joyce, she meets up with Phaedra, and Phaedra's just like meets up at Phaedra's office, and Phaedra's just like, "Wow, last time I saw Mama Joyce, she was getting ready to choke me because I introduced Todd to Candace." But this time was a more pleasant meeting, somewhat. And Mama Joyce just pretty much wanted to know what's the tea on her and Candy's relationship, like what exactly happened. And Phaedra was just like, "Well, child, it was just a lot of things that happened last year or whatever." And she just kind of skeeted over the issue pretty much, and she brought up Don Juan and all that. Um, and Mama Joyce was just like, "Well, Phaedra, this is a high risk pregnancy for Candy, and I really want y'all to get back on track. Candy has done a lot for you. Y'all have been the best of friends many times." And Faye was just like, "Okay, really? Yeah. I mean, we cool or whatever. We, used to zip it and zoo it, She was, there for both of my pregnancies. Don't let nobody see my coochie, but I let Candy see it. And, she should feel honored." And she was just like, "You know what? Phaedra, I want you to set up a baby shower. You know how you set up baby showers and stuff real good and stuff." And Phaedra's just like, "Okay, well, we'll set it up and it'll be real gay and real over the top and flamboyant, and it'll be a whole moment." And so, that's, that was that pretty much. Excuse my phone ringing in the background. Just hold on. It's Mariah. I have to call her back. "Give me your love." So anyway, after that, uh, Phaedra meets up with Todd, and she mentioned that Todd really needs his money so badly, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him. And they show like a little like what I guess what they filmed or whatever with the tape that wasn't released, the workout tape. And they showed a little bit of it, and Phaedra was just kind of nitpicking. "Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that. What is this? What is that?" But the video's never going to be released. I'm still trying to figure out whether the hell we're talking about this. Like, nobody cares. Like, this is really stupid. Like this old ass shit, and but I get it. Phaedra needs a storyline, so whatever. But it's just absolutely ridiculous. So I guess Todd's gonna finally get his money from Phaedra. I guess. Um, why she just didn't pay him all at the beginning, I don't know. It's just whatever. I don't know why we were forced to care about this whole thing, but that's what they presented to the girls. So I get the girls and the guys and the chicks with sticks. So I guess they whatever. All right, let's get into more serious topics, which is Kenya and her whole thing. Kenya meets up with her dad, Ronald, who's a hoot, and we meet her stepmom, her father's wife, and I guess that was her little brother or whatever, a little Caleb boy, I don't know, something, her nephew or whatever. So they meet up and talk, and well, no, am I passing through thing? No, we can just go ahead and go there, and she talks about her relationship with Ronald, her dad, and how it was a little strained, y'all. As y'all know, as y'all learned in the last episode, that she kind of ran away from home in Texas, where her dad was staying at the time, and because she wanted to go back to Detroit, she didn't really like it in Texas, in Houston, Texas, H Town vicious, bow down bitches. So her Aunt Lori and Brandon, they're all in D Town, dipping it and zoing it. And then Kenya wants to set this whole family reunion up. She's still trying to get this whole thing together with her and her mama who never claimed her apparently. So she's still trying to get this whole thing together, this whole family reunion, this whole big Ayala Van Zant moment. But it's definitely not happening for her. And yeah. So anyway, they're on the way to her mama's house. Nobody knows this really. She's just talking about her mama briefly. And before we get to that, her dad said, told her a story, Kenya, because he was very much like, look, your mom's father did not want any illegal children in his home anymore, I guess. So I guess her Kenya's mama had some siblings who, had illegitimate children and all that, and whatever else. Okay, so Kenya was, and he was just very much like your mom's father said that he didn't want any illegitimate kids in the house, and that he didn't want any more, and that was it. And also he mentioned that Kenya's dad Ronald, he mentioned that her mom's father never wanted to claim you, pretty much, and for her to be, excuse me, my nose is running, and pretty much for her to be on good terms um with her father, Kenya's mother, she had to abide by his rules because they was 15 and 16 when they had Kenya, so they was both very young and very much so still at home. So I'm sure he was upset anyway that his daughter was having sex and ended up pregnant. But so it's like a whole back history moment of different things that went down or whatever. But it was very unfortunate. Hold on once again, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a cold. I'm feeling sick or whatever. Or whatever. In my Cardi B voice. Um. So, yeah, that was that whole thing. And what did he say? What was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Kenya's father said that I'm just gonna say Ronald. Ronald said that Kenya's father never spoke to him a day in his life. Said her mama was real cool. Kenya's grandmother on her mama's side was really cool. But Kenya's grandfather was an asshole. And I guess that's probably, where it comes from, with her mother treating her like that. And, she was never really able to claim Kenya. I don't really know if she wanted to anyway, because of her father. So, who knows? Maybe that's why and then as Kenya got older and started making her own decisions and all that, she was just like, okay, well, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, Kenya says, let's make a turn right here. Kenya Moore, it was just like, well, her house right here, y'all, I'm finna get out. The daddy was just like, what? Like, what is really going on? Like I done tried this a million times. It's a waste of time. Kenya gets out. Her butt looked really good in those jeans. Whether it's hers or not, it looked really good in those jeans. And she knocks on the door. Hey, it's Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore's hair care. Um, um, I'll twerk for you. Gone with the Wind, fabulous Kenya Moore. I was on the sitcom In the House a few episodes. Deliver Us from Eva. Remember that? Hey, it's Kenya Moore. You remember her? Miss USA, all that, and nobody heard anything. Um, the mama didn't come to the door. She said she heard her lock the door, and the Kenya just kept knocking. Then the dad gets out the little van they was in. They was all in a little van on the way to the mama's house. It didn't nobody know till last minute. Well, I mean, we knew, but Brandon and her dad and all them, and the stepmama didn't know. But he came to get Kenya. He was just like, it's just been like this for the longer. That's just how she is. She don't want no family, and that's just it. So I was just like, all right, whatever. So Kenya Moore, she ended up having a reunion, and basically it was nice. Her whole dad side of the family came. Now remember I told you Aunt Lori came down with them from Atlanta, of course. But oh child. Aunt Lori came down there with them. But Aunt Lori was nowhere to be seen. And apparently Aunt Lori had an issue with Kenya Moore coming over there knocking on her mama's door. Now Kenya's mother and Aunt Lori are sisters. Kenya's mother is Aunt Lori's baby sister. And apparently Aunt Lori didn't want to be in the middle. Kenya been asking for her phone number for the longest. She never gave it to her. So I don't know. It's some shit with Aunt Lori. It's some shit with Kenya's whole mother side of her family. It was absolutely ridiculous. Next episode, Aunt Lori and Kenya's getting into it. Because Aunt Lori is mad because I guess her sister called her and said she didn't want Kenya at her door or something. Crazy shit ever. God bless Kenya Moore. A lot of people don't like Kenya, but I can't see how, even if you don't like her, I can't see how you can't be empathetic to her situation. Especially concerning her mother. Everybody needs a mother. Like, come on now. Kenya Moore did a lot of shit on the show, but she's still a human being, and I for a lot of people have been saying they don't feel bad and they don't care about Kenya's storyline, and I understand that, but be empathetic. Like, this is a woman who's going through something, and you got your mama, right? More than likely, you'll never understand that. So whatever. Um, and she was just like, you know what? She talked to her friend, a family friend outside Kenya once she found out Aunt Lori left, and she was just like, you know what? The friend was like, you got so much love in that room, girl. Don't worry about it. And um, Kenya Moore's daddy side of her family is beautiful, and it spans like 3 or 4 generations. Her grandmother, who raised her, Kenya Moore's dad's mom, who raised her, pretty much, and said, "You bring that baby on here, and I'll raise her if her mom don't want her." So she's still alive and well and kicking, and that's a blessing in itself. So Kenya Moore, just try to move on. Don't worry about it. One thing I forgot to mention was Portia and her sister. Portia was working out at the gym, and her sister talked. And Portia is very I get bitter from her because her sister's pregnant, she's not, and it's her little sister, and Portia's older, and they have a conversation. Portia's sister, Lauren, is very shady and funny. They After they had the argument at the gym, Portia arrived at her house, and Portia was wait, Laura opened the door, and Laura was like, "Oh, you bought me grocery store flowers." I hollered. But poor Lauren is pregnant. She's emotional. She's going through shit, and she's just like, "I'm always here for you, Portia, and you're not really here for me. I always, kind of push to the side, and I'm sick of doing everything for you. I need time off from myself." And Portia just don't understand it, and she don't care, honestly, Lauren, because she's jealous of you because you're pregnant and she's not, and she's supposed to have this big fairy tale bullshit life. And so whatever. But anyway, you guys, that was my review. Hopefully Portia gets over her envy, and she says she got the career and not the wife and then the husband and kids. So whatever. Anyway, this is Chalaki. I'm out. 15 minutes or less.